Hey everybody, Poker Dad here. Hope everybody's doing great. I am going to be doing another hand review here today. This hand review is from Bet Online, and I played this for played this I played this with NL10. Played this at NL10, and the date for this was October 26, 2017. So as you know, I recreate these hands here on Poker Snowy since I can't show them through DriveHUD, since for whatever reason DriveHUD doesn't show up on my video capturing software. I don't know why, and I will never be able to figure it out, I don't think. Anyway, so we're going to review this hand here. It should be a pretty interesting one, as they always are. And in case you're not aware, as you know, with me recreating these on Poker Snowy doesn't have NL10 on it, so I had to recreate it through $1, $2, which means I'm converting money. Now here you can see in this particular hand, I have pocket tens. I'm in the button, and you can see I have a pretty nice stack here. Very nice stack. So I've got about 250 big blinds approximately. So I'm in pretty good shape to be able to play my pocket tens here in the buttons. So this should be an interesting hand here to see how it plays out and see how I do. So I have it all set up here in Flopzilla as well. So let's see how this hand starts off. We get a fold from this guy up top, and I'm sure then of course I'm going. Oh, as you can see, we are playing four-handed, by the way, as well. Obviously, here I'm going to raise. Snowy thinks that's a ratio. I don't always agree with what Snowy says, of course, because I play a more exploitative style, and Snowy is more of a GTO style. But I mean, obviously, no matter what style you're playing, you're raising your pocket tens here, and maybe we'll just take the blinds or something like that. Normally, obviously, not in this case, we're going to know, but so I do raise it up here, and I raise it up 25 cents. Again, something I'm not doing anymore. I've just decided to do no minimum of 3 big blind raises. I'm not into the 2.5x big blind raise anymore. I prefer to just get more in pre-flop, and I don't know if it's the right way or the wrong way to do it, but that's the way I prefer to do it. Is just 3 big blinds plus 1 big blind for each limper behind me. I'm not really into the whole 2.5x big blind thing anymore. I think it opens me up to more 3 betting. I think it makes me more susceptible to worse things happening to me. Maybe keeping in more players than I want to keep in. Like having both blinds come in. Both blinds come in because they get a cheaper price. So I'm really just 3 big blinds plus now. But here, when I did this hand, it was 2.5x, and that's fine. So let's see, 2.5, so 0.25. So my bet here in Snowy World, in the world of Snowy, is $5. And this guy over here decides to fold. And now we got this guy here, and look at this guy's stack. He's got $35 here. In the world of NL10, he had $1.75. So this is really not a good situation for me to be playing versus this particular guy here. Not only that, but he actually is going to 3-bet me here, as you will see. So he 3-bet me 40 cents. So that is 0.45 divided by 0.1 times 2. So he makes it. He bumps it up here so you can see in Snowy World it's $9. So he, here I am with $486 here, and he's got $28 here. So this is kind of a rough spot, I guess, because how much value can I get off of this guy? Of course. So anyway, and now he 3-bets me here, which is quite interesting. But his 3-bet is super small, very small 3-bet. I decided to just go ahead and call it. Now Snowy is saying I should have shoved them all in. I don't know how I feel about that. I think under normal circumstances I'm going to call here. Sure, I can shove them, but what is I mean, obviously he's a rec player. His stats at this point, I only had 25 hands on him, was 36-24. But he's obviously a rec player playing with such a short stack. I definitely could have shoved him here and maybe induced a fold. But I don't see what that really would have accomplished. Because I feel like I don't know. That's a tough call. I don't know. Maybe I should have shoved him. I don't know. But anyway, regardless, I called the hand here. And let's take a look really quick at what his range could possibly be here. Excuse me. So let's see. He's a 36 VPIP to this point. Okay, and that's what I got to take. I got to take, okay, 36 VPIP. Plus also he's playing with a short stack. So, definitely, just in terms of a population read, that seems about right. But let's see now. We got to take away some hands, of course, because he did 3-bet us with a super short stack. I'm not going to take out any aces because he's a rec player, and rec players love their aces. I'm going to take out these particular hands here. I'm going to still keep his range pretty wide because I think with this particular stack, he's going to do something like that. Although he may want to keep it to more premium type hands. So we could take out, I think we could take out King Jack. I think he probably is going to value King Jack offsuit a little bit too much. We can keep all of these aces here. And in fact, for these aces, I'm not going to keep these ones. I'm just going to keep like these guys here. These kings here, I'm just going to keep it to suited stuff and up to tens. And I'll leave these suited connectors in here. And I'm going to leave all the pairs. And I think this works here. It's about a 17% range. Seems about right for a player like this. I may even be giving him a little bit too much by putting in these suited kings and the suited queens and the Jack 10 suited. But I think this seems about right from what I've seen from these types of players before, that they'll actually will 3-bet pretty wide with these hands. Plus, it wasn't a strong 3-bet to begin with as well. You kind of like think he was making that 3-bet to hopefully get it to fold out of me. And he's trying to build up his small stack, by making me fold. So I think this is an okay range for this situation. So let me go put this into my worksheet here. So it's a 17.4% range, and the number of combos he has is 213. What did I do? 213. Okay. Still a pretty big range for a 3-bet range, but again, we got to think about the player, the type of play that we're dealing with here. So now let's get to the flop. And the flop brings a 6 of spades and a 3 of clubs and a queen of hearts. So let me just take a look real quick at this here. And just let me come up with a game plan first before we move forward here. This guy, I could tell you that, again, only 25 hands to work with here. But in the 4 times that he has been the open raiser or have had initiative, he actually has c-bet 4 out of 4 times. So we're going to probably expect to have him bet here. And so he's going to be betting with a super wide range, and we don't have to even take the fact, he probably maybe doesn't even pair the board, or maybe he does have a pair. So if he does bet into me here, I don't really see a reason why I would call. If he bets into me here, I don't see a reason why I would fold. I could raise it, of course, and put some pressure on him, and then possibly shove it all in here. But definitely I would call if he bets. And obviously, if he doesn't, if he checks to me, obviously I'm going to definitely bet into him here. So let's see what happens. So as predicted, he does decide to bet. It's a small bet. It's only a bet of 25 cents. So let me just go to my spreadsheet. And let's see. He's betting 25 cents, and it's now $1.10. So I'm getting 18% pot odds. I really feel like if I was playing this hand today and that bet came in, I would absolutely be raising him or shoving him here, because that's a bet that just screams weakness. So if I do 0.25 divided by 0.1 times 2, so his bet is $5. So you see $5 into a 12 pot 19. It's just super weak. Let's see what I decide to do here. So Snowy says I should call. I mean, I could call. I could definitely raise it here. What do I decide to do? I decided to just simply call it as well. I don't know. I don't love it. I feel like this is just such a great spot to raise him here and shove him all in at this point. Because at this point, I have to believe that he's always c-betting at this point. I don't think he has. I don't think he has a queen. I don't think he's even paired this board. Maybe he does have a pair, and maybe it's not even. He's more than capable of, as you can see from his range, of having much worse than these tens at this point. And not only that, but it's a rainbow board as well. I think a shove actually. I think I could have shoved him right here, but either way, I decided to just call him. And let's see what happens here on the turn. Well, let's get to Flopzilla. Let's see what he's possibly betting with here at this point. So we got 6 of spades, 3 of clubs, and a queen of hearts. Okay, so could he have a set here? Of course. I mean, I'm not going to say that his soft bet doesn't mean he doesn't have a good hand. It also is just because he's super short stacked as well, and I mean, sure, I think he'd probably shove with a set, but maybe he could be slow playing me as well. But he's still always gonna c bet. So of course these over pairs, of course he would have top pairs. He would always have pocket pair below top pair. I could still put in his range. This bet doesn't really take much out of his range for me. This 6 of spades here, I'm going to give him that as well, just because of the type of player he is. The weak pair, I'm going to give him all of this. I know he's saying is like, wow, you're just really not taking anything out of his range. But again, he's c-betting everything. So if he's c-betting literally everything, then to me, his range has really not changed at all. He still has the same range that he began with, which for me actually puts me in a great position because I'm playing versus such a huge range right now. Look at this. I'm not going to take anything out of his range. Not one thing. You think I'm crazy? I really don't care because the guy's betting everything. He's a rec player, and he bet a measly 25 cents, 18% pot odds. He still has the same range, and, is there a chance he has something? Sure. Likely, though, he does not. So we'll go 100%. And this is why I probably should have just raised him here. And I probably would have gotten to fold, and we could call the hand, call the hand a day. Now still leaving myself open for potential loss. I only have a pair of tens. So my hand is still very beatable, of course. And the number of combos here is still going to be 119. 119. I guess we knocked out something because it's 193 now. I don't know what could have gotten knocked out. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Maybe I was wrong before and it was 193. I guess I was wrong before. I wrote down the wrong number. Okay. Let's go over to the turn now. And the turn is a 9 of diamonds. So this is interesting now. We got a really kind of just dry meh board. And the 9 of diamonds, of course, it could be good for me unless, of course, he does have pocket nines, which is definitely possible. We just don't really know where he is at this point because, this is the exact reason why I should have raised him here because his bet gave me no information at all, and a raise would have told me exactly where give me a much better idea of where he is. So that's why I definitely should have raised it. Let's see now what happens here. He opens up the betting again. So this is very interesting, and his bet here is much stronger this time. His bet is 85 cents. So look at that. The pot odds are now 27.9% for me to call. So he went from 18% pot odds in the first bet to 27.9. So something now has connected here. This 9 came in, and now he's feeling much better about his hand. So let's see. So he bets that. So let's see. 85 cents is, say, 0.85 divided by 0.1 times 2 is 17. And let's see how I take this here. So 17, by the way, he obviously, as you can see, made that bet. He didn't leave much money left behind for him. So interesting. So one interesting thing to think about here is he didn't shove it. He's like, I want to keep the little bit of money I have left for the river. So it's interesting that he didn't shove. So again, this is a spot here that if I'm going to call, why not just raise it and get them all in? Because there's not enough money there to just playing around. Now a river comes, and if I get something good, I'm not going to get paid on it at all. So let's see. I just call it. I just don't like to play. And look, Snowy's saying to call here too. I don't like it. Just get it in at this point. He's got nothing left. Just shove it at this point. If he's got something, he'll call. If he doesn't, he'll fold, and that's great too. But now I'm just giving him an opportunity to see a river card, with no money to bet. and I'm not gonna. I got nothing left to. I got nothing left to gain here by raising, by calling this here with this $6 left. At least if I raise it, we could at least get. I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but it's an interesting spot, of course. So anyway, I'm gonna call it, and now let's figure out this range now. So now things have happened, and I really feel like a lot of it revolves around that 9. Because all of a sudden the 9, you feel super confident. So, okay, we're going to keep him with the sets because, maybe now that 9 comes out and he's feeling more confident about his sets, I guess. All right, 2 pair, over pairs. We're going to, of course, keep the stuff in the range. There's no reason to take the stuff out of this range. And the pocket pairs below top pairs we can keep in there because that has that 9 in there as well. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't put the 9 in. I guess I should put the 9 in. Wouldn't that help? That would definitely change things. All right, let's do it again. Sorry. Straight, so there is no straight draw. The sets, okay, so we got the sets in there, which include those 9s. The 2 pairs, the over pairs, the top pairs, of course, we can keep in there. The pocket pair below, top pair. At this point, if you had Jack or 10-10, yeah, we can keep it in there. The middle pairs with the 9s, yes, because like I said, all of a sudden he's like feeling so good with these 9s. Weak pairs, okay, we're gonna take out the weak pair. Ace high, no made hand, open ended straight draws. Yeah, you know what? Absolutely, look at that 8-7 suited and Jack 10 suited. He sees a 9, he's feeling a lot more confident now. So absolutely open ended straight draw. And the gut shots, no, and the overcards, ace king. People overplay their ace kings all the time, so we're definitely going to leave those overcards in there. Especially these types of players, they'll overplay their ace kings all the time. So I have no problem leaving the ace kings in there. So this actually narrowed the range down. Here we are. The turn and the previous range. So 47.6% of its previous range. And number of combos is 89. Thank you for my singing. Okay, 89 combos now we brought him down to from his 193. Finally, we have some kind of sense in his hand. We kind of know that 9 probably did something positive for him to want him to increase his bet. So, let's see what we get next on the river. River is a 7 of hearts. Okay. Well, let's see. The 7 of hearts comes. What happens if a 7? I want to look at this here. We're going to look at the hotness thing here and just take a look. 7 of hearts is obviously just not a great hand for us. It's a great hand for him because let's see. Let me look at his. Let's look at this real quick and look a little bit better at it. Because if he had, let's say he has. Let me look at his range real quick. Okay. If you had 8-7, I mean that's not really doing anything for him. 9-8, 10-9. I took 7-6. I took 7-6 out of his range. What is this 7 actually really doing for him here? I don't really see what the 7 is going to do for him here. Maybe I'm missing something. The 7 comes and my equity is 32%. It's not so good. I mean, what am I worried about here? Unless he's got a set of 7s, which I mean, we don't think he'd be betting at this point if he had pocket 7s. I still think everything revolves around this 9 here. I don't think the 7, because what a straight he would need a 10 and an 8. I don't have a 10 and an 8 in his range. Right? No, no, not even a 10 and an 8. 6, 7, 8, 5, 8 would give him a straight. He doesn't have 5, 8. He's not 3-betting with 5, 8. There's no other draws. So really, I think the worst I'm dealing with here is 2 pair or a set is the worst I'm really dealing with here. And a set probably being 9s, maybe kings, maybe 6s is possible. Two pair. I mean, what two pair could he possibly have here? Again, he three bet me. I mean, does he have queen nine? I mean, is he three betting me with maybe queen nine suited? I don't think so. So really, I'm just really worried about a set here. I think I'm just worried about a set. If not, then I have this hand won, unless he's got a pocket pair above me or he's got a queen. So let's see what happens here. I think this is actually, my equity here, they're saying, is 32%. But I think actually I'm in really great shape here in this hand, especially considering the player type. So let's see what happens here in the betting. So he decides now to put it all in. And, again, this is why I feel like I just should have shoved him here. Because now he's putting it all in. I mean, obviously I'm going to call it anyway. So what was the whole point of this whole process, right? So $6, of course, here. And, of course, I'm going to call it. And let's see what he had. I'm going to go with either a set or, for him to beat me. And if he doesn't beat me, then what is he, what could I beat here that he's possibly betting me with? A pair of nines? Would it shock you if he had a pair of nines here? If he, I mean, look, he could definitely have three bet with ace nine suited. If I win this hand, he has ace nine suited. If I lose this hand, he has a set of nines. He has queen. He has just a pair of queens. Or a set of threes. Or maybe a set of queens too, of course, is always possible. Let's see what he has. So sometimes hand reading can be very difficult, and I'll show you why. This is what he has. A 10 of diamonds and a 5 of spades. So obviously, we're never putting him on 10-5 offsuit. Ever. There's never a time where I'm going to say, yeah, he has 10-9 offsuit. Because let's think about this now, what just happened. And by the way, great reads by me. And again, we wouldn't have, obviously his hand is terrible. But, I still believe I should have just shoved them and put them all in. And we didn't have to even go through this whole process. I didn't gain too much by going through this hand, by this whole process, I don't believe. So, I mean, look at this, okay? 6-3 queen, he opens up. What does he have? He's got 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, I just said he opens up with his entire range, and this proved it. He opened up with literally his entire range, and I called it. The 9 comes. Yeah, I don't know. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is this guy doing? I don't know. And then he goes all in. Maybe he was drunk. You know what? He was drunk. And that's why he did this. He was drunk. He was tilted beyond the belief. God knows, because he was short stacked. All I know is that we took the pot down. Impossible hand to read. And that's really it, because he 3-bet us with 10-5 offsuit. He opened the betting on all streets with literally nothing, not even a prayer. So, there you go. Thank you for watching this hand reading. I don't know what to say. You're going to see more of these because I get into a lot of these showdowns with these rec players, of course, because these are the players that I'm targeting. This is why I'm trying to target these players so I can win. And there you go. That's what happens. Thank you for watching. And if you like what you saw, please subscribe. And, more videos to come. Thank you so much.